Sweet, we fixed the Mustang. Awesome, right? Except the little license plate panel. Gotta fix that, but that's on back order by Ford. But in the meantime, we can do something even cooler. Here we have the Integra freshly K20A swapped. It's an amazingly fun car to drive, revving to 8,500 RPM. And cosmetically, we've done a lot to the car. We changed the interior from that ugly brown to black, and we also did a suede headliner and a flock dash and so on and so forth. But it's time to start completing the aesthetics of the Integra. After we did the front lip, we also did the side skirts, we gotta do the back now. We got a big old diffuser from Top One, and I'm excited to install this thing. Apparently it's not that hard to install, so let's see how it goes. Okay, so here's the diffuser. Here's the full thing. We have CJ here helping us out today. So for this installation, it comes with 2 brackets. It comes with all the hardware you need, which is really nice for most installations. Seems like nowadays, almost everything I order doesn't come with hardware, which is really frustrating. But essentially you take these Allen screws and literally just bolt it up. Then you take lock nuts and go to the other side and have it hang up. The thing though is that you end up using the factory holes under here, but then the brackets that I showed you go right to where CJ is pointing. It's essentially where the gas tank is. You use the gas tank bracket in order to hang the front part of the diffuser up. So first things first, we're gonna mock it up and kind of see how it all goes together. I'm pretty sure it's extremely simple like we said before, but we're gonna make sure the fitment's correct, because this is the half diffuser by Top One. They have another diffuser that goes all the way out to here, but I decided to do the half one, and then I'm doing the Cybon rear lips right here later. But after we do the half diffuser, we'll do the Cybon rear lips on this car too. It'll look really nice. So oh my God, it's so bright outside. So one thing about this diffuser I do like is that it comes with a hole in the middle of it for your tow hook to go through. Therefore, you don't have to take the entire diffuser off in order to get to it if you're in a bad scenario, or you just need to jack the car up from behind. It's very convenient and very nice. CJ, the man with the plan, screwing on the first bracket. I am gonna say though, CJ, I don't like your choice of t-shirt.
Well, it was $9. So
I wonder why it was $9, CJ.
It was on clearance. So I was definitely like, all right, yeah. Makes sense.
Good job, Bethesda. I love Fallout 76, maybe in an alternate timeline.
So bad, somebody had to actually buy it for me in order to get me to play it. And even then I was like, I'm gonna trade this in.
But I guess people think that if you like cars, that's like your only thing.
No, it's a cheaper hobby.
It's a lot cheaper to just play video games. Before you put it on the car, you put the brackets on like this, and then you have these right here, and then you have the Allen screws coming up, and then you put these on top. Okay, so there's a nut up here that's 12 millimeter that you have to remove, but this is exactly where the bracket is going to slide on. So I take this off, and then I put the diffuser up where the bracket sits. It's gonna sit like right here, and the bracket's gonna reach up and then come right on. And make sure it's not tight.
Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
I bet these bolts have like never been removed, so this should be interesting. Okay, where's the new one? Let's see if this fits. If it doesn't, I'll be very upset. It works!
It works!
That was an extremely uncomfortable experience. I'm worn out because I hit my head on my control arm because I was like, yay, kunk! And I hit it. What's up? Just the dirt behind me?
Dirty.
That's what she said? I don't know.
You are very dirty.
It's okay. The best advice I can give is to keep, when you do the brackets, is to have each of them kind of loose. That way you can have a little bit of wiggle room, the bracket should be a little loose. And then you can adjust, and then when you're finally under there, you do the final tightening of it. But yeah, right now it's on there only from the brackets, and now we have to do the extra hardware, and then it's pretty much done. But, see, this is where we're at right now.
Yeah, it's not even mounted up on there. It's kind of just hanging by the tow hook.
Yep. Okay, guys, I need to take a break because I'm dying. We have Jeff here now.
My name is Jeff.
He just drove all the way from Florida to hang out for Grid Life this month. CJ is on the ground. There's a reason why. Okay, Top One, I want to be nice, but I ordered this in February. it is August. 2, some of the fitment is a little off and it took one extra person to push it into place where the bumper lines up. So honestly, it was just kicking and going, no, go this way, go left, go right. Like we're trying to line up for one Allen screw. We have one left to go, so let's see how this goes. So if you can't tell, some time has passed. The sun is starting to go down, but we made a Home Depot run because we got the diffuser on, even though it was a complete pain in the butt to get it to fit. We had to use all of our might to line these holes up, right? To get the Allen screws in, along with the lock nut on top. But now we have these Seibon rear lips, or kind of,
like spats?
yeah, they're spats essentially. I couldn't find the word, but they're rear lips essentially. And I've always wanted to put them on, but I just never had the time. So the good news is that now the whole rear end will look complete and will just be like a random diffuser there. It's gonna come all the way around with my carbon side skirts, and then it'll look really nice. So let's get to it. Mr. Jeff here is figuring out how it goes on.
It's like, it has to be perfect.
Kind of like that, yeah.
And then it's like
Just like that.
fits snug.
So I think our best course of action here is to use double-sided tape. Along with that, do self-tapping screws, go through the bottom because there are drill points on this piece from Seibon. Huge thanks to ThatDudeinBlue for recommending these as well. They're really, really nice, but to get them on, we gotta figure it out. That's a pretty decent mock-up.
That's like really good fitment too.
Yeah, for carbon.
For carbon
very
fiber,
good.
this is really good fitment.
So here we have our 3M double-sided tape. 3M is personally my favorite stuff when it comes to adhesives. They actually have a really great adhesive remover spray I've used a lot to get residue off, just a side note. But not sponsored, 3M stuff is very, very good. But we're gonna use the double-sided tape first onto the spat, and then once it's basically mocked up, we're gonna drill into it and then lock it in place. Before we get started with the spats, I just wanted to give a huge thanks to everybody who has supported me in Patterson Car Care, which is my detail brand with completely original formulas and 32-ounce bottles. It's premium detail product for half the price. You can't go wrong. And my buddy Jeff, who details all the time, could vouch for me.
Yes,
He likes the stuff. I'm very proud of it. So thank you to everybody who has supported me with this. So let's put these suckers on. But first, we're gonna clean, I caught that. But first, we're gonna clean the surface before we mount this thing, because why have that in the back of your head where it's dirty underneath of it?
That helps stick.
It helps stick 3M double-sided tape. So I'm excited. Let's do it. Oh yeah, by the way, if somebody's asking, this was everything from 4th of July. I just need to throw out. I've been traveling the world lately, filming videos in Puerto Rico and Europe, so I gotta throw that away today. That's what I'm gonna do. But Jeff here,
Boom.
the man with the plan with the quick detailer. What's really interesting to me is that 3M tape is actually very strong, to the point where aftermarket companies sometimes don't even supply you hardware because it's that strong when it comes to spoilers and stuff. I personally like the reinforcement of doing screws or drilling or something like that, but some people just have that much faith in it. But it just shows how good the stuff is. But it's perfect for mocking up whatever you're trying to do. Here, I'll line it up with you.
Good, good in there.
Right there. All right, so we have completed the spats and the diffuser. I'm very satisfied, but now I'm gonna lower the car, get it off the jack stand so we can get like a true visualization of what we've done today and kind of do a before and after shot. So I'm really excited to see it low to the ground like it's supposed to be. Ooh-wee. She got the booty! Look at that thing. I think I'm gonna pull this thing out into the driveway and see what it looks like in the sun. Here is the complete Integra with our carbon side skirt coming around the RPF one, then going into the spat and then into the diffuser. and then it comes right back around again. I absolutely love it. My wheel fitment is a little iffy. I can work on that. Don't worry, I completely understand. I can fix that. But when it comes to just the side profile and the rear of the car, I could not be happier. I'm extremely excited about it. By the way, I will have my own vendor booth at Grid Life South for Patterson Car Care, so if you would like to drop by and say hello, let me know. Would love to talk to you. On that note, guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this video. I want to give a huge thanks to CJ and Jeff for helping me out on this installation. It was a long day. Thankfully, everything came together at the end, especially with the rear spats. The car would not look the same without the spats. There's no doubt about it. That mid diffuser with nothing else would look kind of strange. I'm very glad that we took the leap and kept going. Right, CJ?
Are you not entertained?
I am entertained. It's great.